Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So much to talk about this Marvel Tuesday. We have brand new set pics of Ultron, we have some pictures of the new Iron Man suit, and there's a new interview with Chris Evans where he talks about maybe not playing Captain America at a certain point very soon. So I'm going to start this video off with a question. What if in Avengers 2, the Avengers were not the good guys? What if everyone else thought of them as the villains? I have a couple of big reasons I think this is going to be the case, for at least the biggest part of the story, and I'll address some of those Captain America rumors as it applies to the Avengers roster change, because it all ties together. Real quick, if you're finding me for the first time and saying WTF Marvel Tuesday, I typically just do Marvel movie videos every Tuesday because I'm normally already doing Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff. Be sure to subscribe to get everything, and please leave me suggestions on future Marvel movie videos that you want to see me do. So let's have some fun and talk about evil Avengers, and I'm not talking about Dark Avengers. That was something in the comic books after Civil War where there were supervillains masquerading as superheroes. This isn't what I'm talking about. I'm talking more about popular opinion as it applies to hero worship, inside the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So first off, let's talk about fandoms, which is always tons of fun. Remember way back during that first Iron Man movie, Tony Stark came out as Iron Man during a live press conference. He never hid his identity and became this larger-than-life personality, and then after the Battle of New York in the first Avengers movie, they all became celebrities, inside that universe. So, what happens whenever they lose the public trust and everyone starts hating them? It's almost unthinkable. Why in the name of Odin would normal people hate the Avengers? I actually have a couple of theories. Let's look at the plot. We know that it's loosely inspired by the comic Mighty Avengers, which began after that Civil War event. Ultron, who already existed in that universe via Hank Pym, co-ops one of Tony Stark's Iron Man suits, and for a little while it seems like Iron Man is the villain, albeit a fake Iron Man. But normal people don't know that, so you can see why some of them might start hating the Avengers. The movie is going to be a little bit different from that because Ultron does not exist in the cinematic universe yet, so he has to have an origin story, and since Hank Pym created him, but Hank Pym isn't going to be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe till 3 months after Avengers 2 airs, they're just changing the origin story. In the movie version, Ultron is loosely going to be based on a military version of Jarvis that just spins out of control. Captain America the Winter Soldier kind of sets the stage for how this is possible, how the military would come into possession of something so dangerous, like a rogue AI. But because it's essentially Stark tech, the Avengers get blamed, by the public that is, and you get your evil Avengers. The big problem is that there's so much that has to happen in this movie to, 1, resolve the Ultron situation, set up the Infinity Gems, and push things into Phase 3. What has to happen in order to accomplish all those goals? Well, you have to kill an Avenger to catalyze public trust back in their favor. Not just any Avenger, a big Avenger. Captain America. Crazy, I know, but it's been done before, for different reasons. Remember, Captain America died at the conclusion of Civil War, before being resurrected later, so even if Joss Whedon does kill him, he'll be back. Remember, there's no such thing as permanent death in the comic books, or in the comic book movies. Why do I think it's going to be Captain America though? Mostly just because during a recent interview, Chris Evans says that he thinks he'll be done with the character by 2017, which is just enough time to squeeze out a third Captain America film. There have also been rumors that the Winter Soldier might potentially replace him, which was also part of the comic books during that Civil War story. If you're not familiar, I'm talking about the character, the Winter Soldier, taking up the costume and the shield of Captain America, not Sebastian Stan. But Sebastian Stan would be playing the Winter Soldier, playing Captain America, so it's a character playing another character. Didn't Robert Downey Jr. totally do something like that in Tropic Thunder? I'm a dude, pretending to be another dude, pretending to be another dude. That was just a great movie. The alternate theory, though, is that it's Hawkeye who's killed, Coulson style, just to bring everyone together, meaning Captain America's death could always be postponed till that third Captain America film. Either way, the Avengers will be very unpopular until something catalyzes public opinion, post-Ultron. And we really do have to upgrade Chris Evans' status as Captain America to DEFCON 3, as in might be gone soon, if you consider 2017 to be soon. In my opinion though, major roster changes in the Avengers as well as changes in actors won't really happen till after Avengers 3, maybe not even till in Phase 4. Even the most expensive person, Robert Downey Jr., has a contract that extends through Avengers 3, which isn't scheduled until 2019. So now it's your turn, let me know, do you think that everyone is going to blame the Avengers for the creation of Ultron and all the destruction he causes, and what do you think has to happen in order to fix that? Obviously, in my opinion, I think it has to be a dead Avenger. You know, who that Avenger is still up for debate. So, in other big news, Captain America the Winter Soldier is finally hitting theaters next Thursday. Not this Thursday, but next week. I'll be doing a movie review for that. Be sure to subscribe to get it. My next Marvel Tuesday video will probably be my top choices for new Avengers, because remember, we're going to be cycling in new members pretty soon. Right now, click here to learn more about Avengers 2, and click here to learn about my top picks for the stories for Captain America 3. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. High fives.